Well, now, greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is I, the Ravenous Spectre, and holy shit, I'm just looking on my phone here and it's telling me I have almost an hour to record? How the hell does that happen? This phone has such random times to be able to record. Anyways, it's not going to take me that friggin' long to do this. But anyways, as you can see here, this is the Elder Scrolls Online Summerset Collector's Edition. Internet required. Well, no shit. Anyways, I ended up getting this off of Amazon for $29.39, I believe is what the price was. The original price for this thing was $90, and they had it on sale for 27 something, I believe it was. And some people are probably going to end up looking at this and be like, oh, Spectre, you're getting an online game on the PlayStation 4. That means it would require PlayStation Plus now, wouldn't it? Sadly, yes, this does require PlayStation Plus. But with me, I've came to the conclusion that I am not going to be getting 12 months of PlayStation Plus. I'm going to show the box that this came in here. And I took everything out of the box already, so, I wouldn't have to fiddle around with it or nothing like that. But I came to the conclusion that I am not going to be doing 12 months or 3 months or however many months, blah, 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 blah. I'm only going to do it whenever I feel like playing said game or any other multiplayer game for that matter that I have, which actually I have all 99.9% of single player games, and some of them may end up having multiplayer components. So it's $10 a month for PS Plus, and that's actually $5 less than what I was paying when I was playing World of Warcraft back some years ago. So I just came to the conclusion that if I ever want to play anything online that's PlayStation-based, I'll try it out for a month and go from there. Because I'm pretty sure that well over half of it, of that time that I would be paying for if it was over a 12-month period, spending $60, not under any circumstances would I end up using it all to play online. So it would be a complete and total waste of money for me. But I am planning on getting into this as soon as it finishes downloading the Summerset expansion, which actually this particular expansion is supposed to deal with the High Elves territory, I believe it is, and I love the Elder Scrolls series in general. I've been meaning to get back into playing it again, and when I found out that this was going on, knowing they actually have another expansion that's coming out, I'm definitely excited for, which is called Elsewhere. This is Summerset. This is the previous one that they did, so I guess they were putting it on sale to get people ready for the next one. But anyways, on to the goodies here. The first thing I'm going to show here is, yes, there is a steelbook. And yes, this is very, very pretty. And you may think to yourself, well, there's nothing on that side. Why is it that they end up having a steelbook for a game that is an online game? And look at that. That's pretty right there. That's pretty. And of course, they got these are the controls, and this is Skyrim, and this is blah, 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 blah. Which actually they ended up putting in the code for Summerset as a digital download, which is an online game. Yeah, I would have expected it anyways. And so it's not any big deal to me. I'm pretty sure when the servers go down one day for this game, this will make a nice little collection piece sitting on the shelf on top of the fact that I could just use the disc as a drink coaster. Because that's pretty much the way that I feel about online games. When you get them on disc, the servers are what keeps it running. If you don't have servers, you just have nothing but a glorified pretty drink coaster. So I honestly really wasn't aware that this was really going to come with a disc or a steelbook, really. I guess I must have misread. But anyways, I'm still glad to have it because it is very pretty. And I have the disc in my system right now, so I'm installing it and getting all that squared away. The next thing I'm going to show here is a poster of the area that you're going to be traveling around in, which is rather pretty, I must say. I'll go ahead and just kind of scan across it slowly, check it all out. Of course, you can't read what's on there because it's like in its own Elvis, high elf language thingamajiggy bob. So anyways, yeah, I'm just really thinking about probably just framing this. I don't want to stick things through it into a wall, considering I've done that with some posters before in the past. The next thing we have here, it actually came in this little plastic casing, which is just plastic casing, plastic slip case thing. Caution, it's not a toy, don't put it over your head. Well, there goes my evening. The next thing I want to show here of what was inside of the case is this leather-bound journal of a particular character in the game. Now, I don't know if this is leather or pleather, you know, plastic leather, fake leather kind of thing. I'm not really sure. But I'm just going to flip through this a little bit and show some of it. There's some really nice artwork in here. And there's some words, which I'm not going to sit here and read everything to you, but I'm definitely going to get around to reading it. And yeah, this is some nice stuff, man. This is some really nice stuff. I really do like this. I love lore and tomes and anything dealing with medieval fantasy and Elder Scrolls. I mean, I do like Fallout as well. I do like the Fallout series, but I've always been a medieval fantasy kind of guy, and this is some great stuff here. This is some really cool stuff. Especially for the price that I got it at. It was so worth it, which the main kit and caboodle is what we're going to get to here in a little bit that I really want to show. As you probably had seen earlier, spoiler warning that was on the case itself, there is a statue, and there's some notes in there. I guess it makes sense considering it's supposed to be a journal. And there's a little bookmark in here too. I was wondering if there was anything special about it, or if it was just it's just a red tag leather leash thingamajiggy bob. I'll stick it back in there. And this is what it came in. This is what the statue came in. Took me a bit to kind of get it out because I had to cut some of the plastic things. That's why I wanted to get all this squared away before I even started this whole unboxing thing. But I'm going to keep this because this looks like it's real high quality, and it'll be something to put the statue in, which I'm about to show here in a moment. So it'll hold it in there in place when I put it back in the box whenever me and my fiance move. We're working on that. We get stuff transported. It'll definitely hold it in place. But I'm going to get down a little bit for this so that I can show you guys. This is it right here. And I can already tell you, this is not a metal statue of any way, shape, or form. It seems like it's a really hard plastic statue. And it's still really freaking metal. It's still freaking badass. I will admit. I really do like it. But to me, I kind of feel like with the original pricing for it, I feel like it would have been great if at least would have had some metal on it or in it or whatever. But as you can see, the little spiders that are down there. Basically, what's it say on the box over here? Her name is Mephala. So I don't know if she's like a goddess or a queen of some sort dealing with spiders. But what's really cool is in Dungeons & Dragons, there is this queen or spider goddess, if you will, that I think is like part dark elf, known as the Drow. Part spider, part dark elf. And her name is Loth, I believe it is. So it's really cool that they did something like this with their lore. Basically, I think paying tribute to that particular character within the Dungeons & Dragons world, I thought was pretty sweet. So... yeah, and considering the fact that this expansion deals with, I think, like the elves or the high elves or just elves in general, I think it's pretty awesome. They ended up adding this particular kind of statue, which I think makes sense. But yeah, definitely badass. And this right here, I had to put her scepter, staff, spear thing inside of her hand. I kind of had to be really careful to pop it on in there because I was like, do I put it in the top from the bottom? Does this screw off? Does it slip in there? Does it blah, 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 hokey pokey, dancy dance? But no, I just gradually got it in there and popped it in, and there it is. It's staying in place. So, yeah. Definitely really badass, really awesome looking statue. The detail in it is honestly really good too. I will admit to that. The detail in it is really good. But yeah, you can kind of move these a little bit and can kind of tell that it's not metal. And you can kind of move the legs. You see that? You can kind of move things here a little bit. So it's like a really hard plastic. So you do have to be careful with it, of course. And still freaking badass. Definitely really badass. But anyways, I want to go ahead and do this little unboxing and have a little talk about it. If you guys got any comments or thoughts, leave them down below. Once again, we have the journal and the map and the book and the steel book and the other slip sleeve that's right over there. But anyways, for me and from Mephala, we'll end this like we always do. Later taters.